Welcome back to the mother of all colonial bullshit, white supremacy and genocide and spreading plague. As a brother reminded me, apologies for mothers for the unintended insult. Who was it Peter Tosh said, you can't fool the Utes, you can't blame the Utes? Well, I'm not so sure anymore. As we can see how young people in a way aren't young anymore. But what I want to hone in on is the situation post-race riots. So back in August, you had all across the country, you had mobs of Brits trying to attack non-white families in their cars, in their homes, in mosques, in migrant hotels, etc. Now, what I want to hone in on is that post the race riots, how basically culturally and politically, socially and musically, nobody took an initiative to oppose the British far right in the context of the race riots. And what I want to talk about is the way that mass culture, i.e. music, the way I or my generation saw it as young people. So we had Attitude, right? There was P Dog and Paris. There was Public Enemy, the biggest rap group of the time. There was the Rebel MC album called Black Meaning Good, etc. and so on and so forth. We were raised and taught that you broke up the racists. Yes, you big up credit to the nation, those people who remember, right? And then you fast forward today. So the problem is music in this context, and of course, you know, again, all of this music is predicated on radical Rastafarian anti-colonial politics, right? Now the problem is that we're in the British context, so there's always a constant pressure to fall into Britishness and the gammon. And that's what seems to have happened post the race riots. That no one in garage, jungle drum and bass, in rave, in hip hop, in Amapiano, in Afro beats, in any of it, no one took a stand against Tommy Robinson's community. No one took a stand against Nigel Farage. No one took a stand against the far-right politics of the Starmer regime. Nobody. So what are we teaching the children? And even worse than that, not only did people not take a stand, but they started to adopt symbols of the far right. The Union Jack, known as the Butcher's Apron. The St. George's Cross, which is always the symbol of the far right, NF, as we grew up. So, you know, we're in a really difficult and hard situation where cowardice, colonial cowardice, seems to reign supreme. But some of us, knowledge reigns supreme, and it should almost amongst everyone. And with that, I leave you. Peter Tosh, Uroy, all the greats, all the originators, all the foundation, burned down Babylon system on the day that Malcolm X was martyred, on this day in 1965, killed by the enemy and the sellouts. Pick yourselves up.